Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, which is Learning English with Naz. I hope you all doing well in your vacation, your time, and also of course your studies. So our topic for today will be about tenses, and this video will be the first video in tenses, which is the simple present. It's the easier tense in English, as you know. So we are going to start by a different verb that will be conjugated in different way from all the other words. So this verb is known by the verb to be. As you know, it's known. About the present simple for verb to be, we are going to use the subject pronouns I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. As you know, these are the subject pronouns. I for the one person, I, you, and he. So guys, I said verb to be. We are going to use the subject pronouns I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. I means me, I'm talking about myself. You, I'm talking about you. He, I'm talking about a person, but it must be a boy. She, I'm going to talk about a girl. Okay, it about animal or something not moving. We about a group of people. Right here, for example, we. You about a group of people, you, and they about an absent group of people. Okay, very nice. I'm gonna explain in Arabic, that's way all the people can understand my language. So today اليوم غادي نشرحوا درس جديد. غادي نشرحوا درس جديد اللي هو about عن يعني الحاضر البسيط simple present، اللي هو من اسهل الدروس اللغويه اللي كاينه في الانجليزيه، والطرق ديال التصريف ديال الافعال ديالو جد سهله. كنستعملوا غير subject pronouns اللي هما I كما عندنا في الفرنسي جو tu elle nous vous elle elle، عندنا في الانجليش I you he she it we you they. so وكما عندنا في اللغه العربيه انا انت انتم هم هما نحن هن. so اول verb اللي غادي نبدا به هو الفيرب to be، كيعني فيرب الملكيه كما كاين عندنا في اللغه العربيه والفرنسي لو فيرب être et avoir. اوكي، غادي نبداو verb to be. verb to be كيتختلف على الاذر verbs في التصريف ديالو. كيتختلف علاش كيتبدل الفيرب completely. اوكي، كنقول so guys كما قلت كيتبدل completely. so verb to be conjugated like I will just put here the verb. Okay, I am. Okay, I am, you are, he is, she is. Okay, it is, we are, you are, and they are. Okay, that's good. I am, repeat after me. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, and they are. Okay, in positive form. This is the affirmative form of verb to be in simple present. Okay, this is called normal tense or positive tense. Okay, we are going to move to a negative and a question tense, of course. So in the negative tense sentence of we are going to say I am not. Okay, we add just not. I am not, you are not, he is not, she is not, we are not, you are not, and they are not. This is the negative sentence of verb to be. Okay, about the question sentences, we just say. So guys, as I said, and finally, let's talk about the question from the question form of the present simple with verb to be. We make question by putting the verb first, then putting the subject. Okay, we put the verb, then subject. Okay, this is called inversion. We inverse the subject and the verb. Okay, we have the subject I and the verb am. I am. So in the question sentences, we just inverse them. Am, my. We inverse the subject with the verb. Okay? The verb take place of the subject and the subject take place of the verb. Am I? Are you? Okay? Is he? Is she? Is it? Okay? Are you? And are they? Are you? Okay, I'm gonna just give you some examples about the positive or the normal sentences, the negative sentences, and also finally the question sentences. So I'm gonna just add another compliment. Okay, I am cold. I am cold. Okay, you are French. You are French. You are Moroccan. Okay, he is in the kitchen. He is in the kitchen. He is in the garden. He is in school, etc. We have she is hungry. She is hungry. It is Wednesday. Okay, it is Wednesday. It is Friday. It is Saturday, etc. We are late. This is just some examples. We are late. They are on the train, they are on the bus, they are on the car, they are on the boat. Okay, this is just some examples to understand me, to understand very well the simple present of verb to be. So I'm gonna give you some examples about the negative sentences of verb to be. I am not a Moroccan guy. I am not a Moroccan girl. I am not a Moroccan child. Okay, etc. I am not German. I am not French. You are not on the phone. You are not on the phone. This is negative. You are not. Subjects plus verb plus not plus complement. He is not late. She is not hungry. It is not warm. It is not cold. She is not thirsty. We are not at home. We are not at the train. We are not at the bus. They are not children. They are not old, etc. You can just add a complement from your choice, of course. So finally, we talked about the question sentences. I'm gonna just give you some examples also here. So we said that we make a conversion about the subject and the verb. When we want to make a sentence question, we just converse the verb and the subjects. Okay? Am I late? Okay, question mark, of course. Am I late? Question mark. Are you Italian? Are you Moroccan? Are you French? Is he at work? Is he at the train? Is she hungry? Is she thirsty? Is it cold outside? Is it warm outside? Okay, are we in the right place? Are we in the right place? Okay, this is question mark. Are they in the garden? Are they in the house? Are they in school? Etc. We have a lot of examples here, so you can just. So guys, if we want just to make WH questions, so what should we do? You just put the question, okay, the question word or phrase like how long, how much, where, etc. at the front. Okay, I'm gonna give you some examples that just to understand what I said. For example, you know the WH questions. We have where, how, where for places, how for manner. We have why, we have who, we have when for time, what, and how. So I'm gonna use where. So the form is WH questions plus verb to be plus subject plus okay complement plus question mark. This is the form of the WH questions using. So this is the form of the WH questions using the simple present of verb to be and the in the question sentences, of course. And you know the question sentences, we just make a conversion about the subject and the verb to be. So I'm gonna give you some examples to understand more. Where am I? Where am I? Question mark, of course. Where am I? Okay. How are you? I'm asking about you. Of course, you are going to answer me by fine, I'm not fine, pretty good, etc. How are you? How are you? Okay, question mark. Why is she here? Or is he here? Why is he here? For what? For what he is he here? Why is he here? Okay, very nice. We have who is she? Who is she? Very good. We have what is it? What is it? Okay. So guys, this introduction was about verb to be, okay? Because it's different a little bit in conjugating in the simple present from all the other verbs. Now we are going to move on to the other verbs except verb to be because we have already seen it. So with all verbs that are not verb to be, of course I'm talking about all the verbs that are not verb to be, we make the present simple in the same way, okay, in the same way. Of course all the other verbs are conjugating in the same way except verb to be that we have already talking about it. Okay, I'm going to start by the positive form. The positive form is also easy here for these words. It's just the verb, sometimes called by the infinitive or the bare infinitive or the infinitive without to. Okay, and we add an extra s. Okay, if the subject is he, she, or it, we add extra s with the subject he, she, and it. Okay, remember this very well. Okay, we just add s with the subject if the subject is he, she, and it. Okay, very nice. So for example, I play, you play, he plays. You see, we add s. She plays, s in the end of the verb. It plays. Okay, we play without s, you play without s, and they play without s. We just add s with the subject he, she, it. Okay, this is about the verb play. I'm gonna give you other examples using other verbs in different way and in different phrases or sentences just to understand how it will work. So I said I play tennis. Okay, this is, we have here the subject I plus verb play plus complement, which is tennis. You live in London. You live in London. Okay, we have here verb to live. You live in London. Subject is you without adding s. Okay, she likes chocolate. Okay, we have she likes chocolate. We have here subject she, so we must add an extra s in the end of the verb live, which is likes. She likes chocolate. Okay, it rains often. We have here the subject is it, so we should or must add an extra s in the end of the verb. We have also we travel, we, so the verb without s, travel a lot. They want a drink, they want. So verb to want, we are not going to add an extra s because we have they. We just add an extra s and three subjects, okay, which are, we have he, she, or it. When you found these three subjects, we must add an extra s in the end of the verb. Okay, very good. Okay, don't forget the s. Okay, even really advanced students of do this. So guys, to make negative form, we said in the introduction of the video that we have three forms. Don't forget them. We have the positive form or the infinitive or the bare form or the infinitive without to, and we have negative form and the question sentences. Good. Now moving to the negative form, of course. So about negative form, so you need to use do not or does not. Okay, the not or does not plus the infinitive of the verb. Okay, so we use do I, or do you, or do we, or do they, or and does he, or does she, or does it. So do, we use it when we have the subject I, you, we, you, and we use does when we have the subjects he, she, or it. Okay, just remember them very well and you will use them in the right way, of course. So I said when we want to use the negative sentences, we just use do not, or does not. Do, we use it when we have the subject I, you, we, you, they, and does, we use it when we have the three subjects he, she, or it. Very good. I'm gonna give you, always there are examples, of course. I'm gonna give you some examples just to understand what I said. So we have I do not play tennis. I don't play tennis. Okay. We have here the subject I, so we are going to use do. Okay, do plus not plus the verb and the infinitive plus complement. I don't play tennis. You don't play tennis. Just focus on me. You don't play tennis. She doesn't, of course. Very good. She doesn't play tennis. He doesn't play tennis. It doesn't play tennis. We don't play tennis. Okay, you don't play tennis and they don't play tennis. Very good. So here we just put some examples to understand what I said in the beginning. Okay, other examples with the other verbs except play. I'm gonna just give you another one. I don't eat dinner. Okay, you don't live in London. You do not. This is the full form. I'm just speaking in the short form. I don't. Okay, you don't live in Britain. He doesn't like chocolate. She doesn't hate mushrooms. It doesn't rain often. We don't travel a lot and we don't want a drink. Okay, these are some other examples with other verbs to understand how it's going. Okay, so guys, to make yes or no questions, we use do or does before the subject. Okay, so we use the do or does before the subject to make a yes or no questions. For example, do I play tennis? This is question sentences. Okay, using do or does. Why here we put do? Because we have the subject I. Okay, you know. So, do you live in London? And also here we use do because we have you. Do you live in London? Yes or no. You may say yes if you are living in London. If you are not, you may say not. I'm not. So, does he like chocolate? Okay, we have here the subject he, so we must use does. Does he, okay, like chocolate? Does she hate mushrooms? Does she? Because we have she, we are going to use. So moving to WH questions. To make WH questions, we just put the question word at the front. I'm gonna just give you the form of the WH questions using do and the question form. So we have WH questions plus do or does, okay, independence of the subject that it comes after, plus verb, okay, in the bare form, plus complement, plus question mark, of course. I'm gonna give you example. Okay, when do I play tennis? When do I play tennis? Here you have to give me time because we have when do I play. I play tennis at 8 o'clock, for example, after dinner, after eating lunch at the 4 o'clock, or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna give you another example. Okay, where do you live in London? I'm asking you about place, so you should answer me about place. Where do you live in London? I live in some place in London. Okay, Why does she hate mushrooms? Okay, why? I'm asking you, why does she hate mushrooms? I'm sorry. How often does it rain? How do we travel a lot? When do they want a drink? Okay, that's all about the WH questions. I hope you understand them very well. Okay, so guys, we have here another verbs spelling, different spelling changes with he, she, or it, and the present simple. Okay, verbs that have changed completely. Okay, and the simple present. I said the do or does. We use them in the with the so guys, we have some verbs have spelling changes with he, she, or it in the present simple. Okay, okay. For example, verb to have. Okay, verb to have. We say I have, you have, we have. But using the subject he or she or it, the spelling change into has. Okay, we say he has, she has, it has. Okay, good. The same thing with verb to do. We have I do, you do, I do, you do, he does, she does, it does, we do, you do, they do. Okay, the spelling change in depends of the subjects. And we have also verb to go. We have I go, you go, he goes, okay, she goes, it goes, we go, they do, they go, and we go. And other spelling changes when we talk about consonants and vowels. You know what are consonants and what are vowels. We have 5 vowels in English, and all other alphabets we except vowels they called consonants. So we have I, E, Y, U, and A. Okay. So guys, when we have a verb verbs that end in consonant plus y, for example, plus y it's a vowel. Usually change y to I, E, okay, before s. Okay, for example, we have study, it comes studies, studies, and of course using the subject he or she or it. Okay, to become studies. Okay, we just remove the y and put ies in he, she, or it. I'm gonna just conjugate it in front of you. We have I study, you study, he studies, she studies, it studies, we study, you study, and they study. Okay, you see how it works. So we have another verb, try, the same thing as study. I try, you try, she tries. Okay, it tries, he tries, they try. Okay, you try, we try, etc. We have another verb like fly, cry, the same thing. Okay, the same thing. We have tries, flies, and he, she, it, and try, fly, and I, you, we, they, and you, of course. This is some exception. However, other verbs that ends with a vowel, for example, vowel plus vowel. Okay, the last exception was consonant plus vowel. Here we are going to talk about vowel plus vowel. If we found vowel plus vowel, for example, a plus y, o plus y, u plus y, o plus y, a plus y, these are all of them vowels. Okay, what should we do in this case? So I'm gonna give you an example. Of course, with examples we are going to understand more and more very well and clearly. So we have verb to play. You see, we have vowel plus vowel. So how it would be conjugated? So I have I play, you play. Okay, listen clearly and repeat after me. So she plays. Okay, we just add an extra s in the end of the verb. I'm gonna give you another example with the verb say. I have I say, you say, he says. Okay, we just add an extra s in the end of verb say, which is s, says. She says, it says, we say. Okay, you say, they say. Normal. Okay, it's easy, of course. We have another verb which is buy. I buy, you buy, he buys, just add s. She buys, it buys, and etc. And also the same thing with the verb enjoy, the same thing with the verb stay. Okay, we just know what is the form, and we just applicate it in all other verbs that have the same case. Very good. Okay, about other exceptions we have here, verbs that end with s or sh or ch or x. We just often add a before s. Okay, of course, after the subjects he, she, or it. This is the only exception with these three subjects. I'm gonna give you an example. We have verb to pass, for example, pass and with s. So I'm gonna say I pass, you pass, she passes. You know, you see how it works. You passes, she passes, it passes. Another example with verb to watch. We have I watch, you watch, she watches, he watches, it watches. They watch, we watch, and you watch. We have another example, verb to wash and verb to change. I'm gonna let you do it by yourself, of course. I've talked about the short form, the forms. Okay, for example, I am, we are going to see am. You are, we are going to see your. He is, his. She is, she's. It is, its. We are, where. They are, there, and etc. About the negative one, we are going to see in replace of I am not, I'm not. Okay, you are not, you're not. She is not, she's not. They are not, they're not. So here are the short form forms for the present simple negative with the other verbs. To the not becomes don't, and the does not becomes doesn't. Okay, it's easy in easily way. So I don't want, I don't not want, I don't want, I don't want. You do not want, you don't want, you don't want. Okay, short form, it's easy than the full form. She does not want, she doesn't want, he doesn't want, and etc. We have they have also the present simple short answers. I'm gonna give you some examples. For example, when we answer a yes or no question that's in the present simple, we can answer in different ways. Of course, it depends of the person if he doesn't or not. So, are you from London? I may say yes. Okay, yes, I am. Or I may say no, I'm not from London, I'm from Morocco, for example. This is the way of answering. For example, are you from America? No, I'm not from America. But I wish, I am from America. So, guys, let's continue. Let's practice how to make a short answers. Are you hungry? Is she hungry? Are they hungry? You may say yes, I am. Yes, you are. Yes, he is. Yes, she is. No, she isn't. Okay, and etc. And